Okay. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Welcome. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Bill. Hey, John and Collie. Hey, Greenbeard. Hey, Luke. What else do we have here? Kittrell, another CG, Phil, and Rod were here earlier. How was everyone doing? This is going to be chill and tune and print in the realist senses. I know we've got a lot of stuff going on, but we don't have a whole lot that we can really talk about it without it just turning into a not chill conversation. I'll acknowledge that things are not exactly as you would like them to be right now. And I won't make any excuses, but I do want to work on this today. So, hey Zeta. Hey Lord Getface. Hey Andy. Hey Verna Boy and Keith and John and Spectra. Exactly. This is right there. Hey, don't knock it. Hey Andy. I wonder if we'll get an Oscar. Oscar got locked in here last night. He did not come when I called for him, and I didn't know where he was, and I went to sleep. He was not happy. So. Hey, the Mad Owl. Okay, so what I want to do is play around with a beta tool for print start macros and work on that, put a chamber thermistor on here so we can fully utilize those macros and put the and do some printing. So what are your honest thoughts on the index hardened nozzle update? I don't want to dwell on it today. I don't think it's great. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I think that Bondtech has put themselves in a poor position. And really, I'm willing to wait and see what comes out of it. Not been good for communication. I'll put it that way, but I don't want to dwell on it today. I want this to be chill and print and tune, not gripe. So, hey Ross. Shonky Kong, thanks for being a member for 50 months. We're actually catching a Wednesday stream. There we are. So, yeah. Before we get too far, I have been printing with it. So I need your guys' opinion. I need your opinion on which color is the better Subaru color. Yeah, it's working fantastic for me. This one was printed on a Stealth Changer. These have been printing on the Core 1 Index. So let's go number 1, number 2. Let's make it that way. 1, 2. Left. Right looks kind of green. I can see that. This would be left. This is right. Number 1. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I thought so too. I agree. I think it's a little closer to... It's been a while since I've had gold Subaru wheels, but it is kind of hard to distinguish. But print has turned out pretty great. This is Protopasta's gold HTPLA at a 0.1 layer height because I wanted the curves of the spokes to be good. Hey Raj. Hey Ismail. Hey R squared. So then using a PETG support. Now I did have, I like the shimmer too, I agree. I did have a failure on the second one of these I printed, since this hub, the mounting point, ends up being an island, it fell off. So I modeled in a cylinder basically to hold that in place. And I think that's going to be something that folks that are wanting to do a lot of dissimilar materials are going to start learning how to do a bit of, either in the slicer or in CAD program. I did this in Fusion. I just imported the STL and put a little cylinder there with a wide base. I think that's going to be your route to the most reliable prints, because you're not going to be able to really predict very well when that's going to stick. So, and then this just breaks off. I left it on there for demonstration. I'll leave it on so I can show it in the series that we're building this on. So, but yeah. Yep, I'm pretty pleased though. These turned out well. A little bit of fuzziness around the seam that you saw over there, but that cleans up pretty well. These are TPU air tires. I'm really excited about those. I printed those on my Mark IV. The tires are separate, yeah. That's the way the model is. But hey, Vince. Hey, Kevin. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased. I'm pretty pleased. So all 4 are now printed. So it's all done. They took, so the wheel itself was right at about 4 hours to print one of them. And that's with organic PETG supports. But that's also at 0.1 layer height. Snug, yeah. Yeah, 0 interface support. That surface there is very flat. It's great. It's exactly what it needs to be. So I need to break out the Cobra. But yeah, I'm really pleased. That's another step in that project, printed and ready to go. So next I need to, I've put the oh, you did come out here. I put the Hi-Fi blue in the dryer because I found that HTPLA does a little better when it's extra dry. And I'll start printing some body parts. Yes, I know. Here, you deserve some treats. You gonna come up here? Come up here for him? There you are. No, Polymaker's still trying to sort out their giveaway system. So apologies, but there's not going to be a filament giveaway today. All you Europeans can feel free to to not have to wait. Do you want that? You got to go get it. There you go. There you go. Now you got to clean. Nope, that one. Don't. No. Ah, how rude. Cat tax. Oop, phone's in my pocket. Let's fix that. Okay, let's get busy on this thing. So I want to do a couple of things. I want to put a chamber thermistor in it and probably replace this PTFE line. Still haven't gotten your Connect spool. Polymaker has some real issues with shipping, it seems. Oh, really? Well, reach out to Taylor. He should be able to help you out. You're saying you want it on Connect Creator, right? VT 300 cube micron waiting for a tube to build. Cool. Okay. This is from Sunday. If you weren't around on Sunday, we did get the Vertigo fully moving. It does the bed scrape thing, it homes, it does all the things. So let's see. Mellow. What is it? Not Fly. This is a Super 8 Pro. Let's just do that. Oh, that's right. Taylor is on vacation. You're right. Talk to Polymaker Joel. Seems like their end is borked. Something's up. Okay. Well, if Joel knows about it, it'll get taken care of. It'll get taken care of. Okay, I think I want to go here. So what I want to do is I want to look at here and I want to see what my options are for thermistors. Because I have a PT1000 here and that's my preference. Even for a chamber thermistor, I'd rather do that. So I have the non-PT1000s are just too much of a gamble on them. I just don't like to use them. So what I wanted to see is look at our pin diagram first. See if there's any info here. Hey, what are you doing back? Okay, you're going to your perch. We've got, where are the thermistors? Or over here. That doesn't really give us any information there. Let's close this. Is there any information on this about them? ADC. That's all they're talking about here is ADC. Not really anything there. Let's see what we have for... Is there a... Nope, that's not found. Trying to figure out if it says what reference resistor is being used. And I wanted to do this kind of live because I could do all this research ahead of time, but I think it's useful to go through this sometimes. How do you figure stuff out? And if you guys have suggestions, feel free. I'm not necessarily going to do this in the most efficient way possible. Thermistor. Thermistors should use ADC inputs. There's a picture that was there. Super 8 bed thermistors. The Better Doc site. Well, let's try that. Copy link address. I just did a search. Whoa, that is... Okay. Let me just type that. The YouTube threw all their extra crap in there. Oh, what else is this? Cat. This doesn't give me the rest of it. Let's see if we can get there just from this. Fly docs. Product docs. Main board. Oh, this does look like a newer one. Super Series. Here we go. Super 8 Pro. That's what we got. Thanks, Etta. How would I have found that otherwise? What's the best way? I know that Mellow has always kind of lacked in the ease of finding their documentation. I think it's fair to say that they've been more difficult to find docs than some others. I know it's improved significantly over time. It was further down on the Google search. Okay. I know it's improved significantly over time. This site didn't exist not too long ago, but let's see. Mainboard ID reading and viewing. Is there any info in here? The older wiki was higher up. Okay. Hey, John. Bookmarking what I found for their filament buffer. Yes. Mellow docs. Okay. If you search for Mellow docs. This is mainboard ID. Let's go to introduction. See what we have here. 6 ADC interfaces. Do they have anything on that specifically? I mean, we can go probably to the schematic and 5 download. Oh, ew. Okay, Fly Super. Fly Super 8 Pro. And what is this? Aha! I can see it in stream chat. What? Let's go to stream chat. Down here at the bottom. Okay, got it. I don't want to do that. Let's do that. Get this a little bigger. What are we looking for? We're looking for our ADCs, our thermistors. Different page. Unless there was somewhere else in the documentation. I'm just going through and I want to know what the pull-up resistor is for them. I might be doing it the more difficult route, but it should be. These them? ADC, here we are. So it looks like they're probably using this 4.7K resistors, which is the default for most things. Those are IOs. Here's the ADCs. Looks like these are all the 4.7K. Yep, and if we go back, like Zeta is saying, if we go to the clipper and look in here, clipper example stuff. See if they have. Extruder, we should have. Yeah, they don't specify any alternate. The default in Clipper is a 4.7K resistor. A 2.2K resistor would be preferred if you're going to hook up a PT1000 to it. And really, probably a max 31865 would be even better. So I think I'll just throw a generic 3950 or whatever in this as the chamber thermistor. Maybe, I'm not prepared to do it, but at some point I want to try hooking up the little 31865 boards. I think they communicate via SPI. But I'm not prepared to do that today. So we'll just put a You're right. It would have zoomed better that way. Yep, good call. Okay, so we have our. Am I correct in my assessment, or at least what I've heard is correct, that it's a 4.7K reference resistor? It's probably not the greatest choice if I wanted to put a PT1000 on. I'd be better off just going with the generic thermistor. I think that's correct. And I don't even know what we got here. I've got a bin of thermistors. We're just gonna grab one and hook it up. I've got what's probably an NT 104 NT here. I've got well, this might be a good idea. I got a little glass bead thermistor. That'd probably have less thermal mass. And it's got a longer wire. So why don't we do that? Yeah. The reason that I prefer the PT1000 is just consistency across pieces is better than the who knows what you buy off of Amazon thermistors. What I am planning on doing, so I've got this guy here, what I'm planning on doing is just throwing this thing up through here. Let's take the top off here for a second. I'm just gonna throw it up here and stick it in the first wedge it here, in the first wrap. Just kind of have it hang out there next to the CPAP tube. I'll probably throw a zip tie down here closer to the entry, just so it can't pull out of there, and then this will just hang out here, kind of in the, just maybe even bend it up a little bit like that. I think that'll probably be okay as a general chamber reading. Nathan, haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing? This guy is going to come back here and just plugs in right there. So we're just going to cut this somewhere around here. Just go along all of that. Maybe I'll cut it a little longer. I think pull this back out of here just because this is kind of a pain. I'm just gonna twist these a bit, just not for any noise or anything, but just to make it a single wire instead of two. Hey, Killer Prince. We hung out in, only a couple of us, but if you ever see me hanging out in voice chat and on the Discord, feel free to come in. Hung out a little bit last night. I was working on prepping parts for Phoenix rebuild. I'm going to work on, not here, but we're rebuilding the West 3D Phoenix. I want to do that kind of thing more often, but it's hard to plan it. I've got so much going on. Last night worked out pretty well though. Okay, I need a 3-pin and a couple of terminals. Manually twist these. So what are folks working on? What's your projects? I think test prints we're gonna do today. The piece I'm gonna do Trident R2 front idler housing will be the part we're gonna work towards printing. Let's put a new piece on here. Home lab server with AI agent for home assistant. Nice. Okay, let's go to their introduction. Where is the pinout? Super 8 Pro. Mainboard, motherboard wiring, maybe here. Here we are. And oh boy. Open image in new tab. There we go. Does this give us actual? Yep, here we are. For our ADCs, they are signal, ground, and 5 volts. So the between signal and ground, ignore the 5 volt one. So it matches what's already here. Printing our 2 parts for my daughter's Trident. Awesome. Finishing building the Halo Warthog from Game Body. Some parts are challenging, but made it to the end. Cool. Okay, so here's my little thermistor. It's just a little glass thermistor. I think it's a generic 3950, but we'll hook it up and see what temperature reading we get, and we'll adjust. You go. Oops. Bend that. Take it through the. Hey, Tuxedo. There we go. So that goes up through there, comes back around this stuff. Oops. And we'll plug this in right below the other one there. We're going to plug this into PF4. PF4, don't let me forget. And then up here, I'm going to take this. I'm just going to push it in there. But I'm going to take a zip tie and tie it to the tool head bundle there so it can't go too far. Watching 2 streams at once. Is that possible? Is that reasonable? What else you watching? What else you watching? Okay, so that guy's right there. It doesn't really matter. It's in with that stuff. The point is I don't want it to fall out the back. So that ought to tie it in good enough. Then I wanted to replace this because this is VZBot tubing. I'm just going to pull this right through all this stuff, and we're going to replace this with some PTFE. Trying to make R2 for Legacy Fork. Cool. What do you think of R2, Nathan? I know you've done a lot of design work. I think this is 2.5 millimeter ID. That one's not long enough. I'm just gonna go for the same length here. Ooh, I could try the new Star PTFE stuff. I don't know that I have it in here though. I bought a length of the here. So the inner diameter on this star PTFE stuff is kind of ridged. It's a star shape. Supposed to be less friction. I don't think I'm gonna go grab it though. I'll just put this on for now. But I bought some because I was ordering. I bought some mellow stuff when I bought the tool head board. There we go. Oh, we'll just put this on. Ah. You're just saying that because I'm live, Nathan. Okay. Think this needs to go. Okay. Snake it through this way. Through here. Through here. Yep, there we go. There, go right. See how that does? We can play around with it from there. You ever get M5 heat sets, or do you make it with your R2X mod? Okay. There, yep. Step all over that. So this FEP tube will end up being really useful. I'll just cut it up and use it for the spool. I'll just shove it in some of these spool holders. So it's not really useful for the printers, just because it's a little higher friction than PTFE. So, but yeah. Hey John. Hey Deanna. Okay, so that's on. That's the thing I wanted to do. Let's go ahead and power it on. Where is the, while we are looking at this, I guess we can probably see it in the config. I wonder if it's worth trying to invert the CPAP pin. I don't know if I want to do that on stream or it's gonna be loud. Add it to the startup config. What do you mean add it to the startup config? What do you mean by that? Hey Scott. There we go. I thought it would be, you would do it in the firmware setup, right? In the make menu config. Wouldn't you do it there? Okay, let's see. Now we're gonna go here. The loose screen is so annoying. I hate the screen setup on here. I absolutely hate it. VZBot. Set the pin low in the mainboard flash. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. What would that be? I mean, I run into the dilemma of I'd like the ultimate goal of today's stream to be printing a actual real part. I don't know if it's worth going through that here, since I shouldn't have to continuously reboot the printer. So maybe we'll add that to a future thing. When I need extra Wednesday content, we'll bring the VZBot out again. We'll do UCam and change that pin. Okay, printer config. And then I'm just gonna grab PT gray and my chamber thermistor. Oops. Where's the chamber temp? There it is. Okay, I'm just gonna grab the config section there and yoink it for here. Let me go down here and throw it in down here near the fans and stuff. Yeah, down here in the temperature sensors. Oh, hey, there's a temperature sensor chamber spot already. Never mind. I guess, well, that's already in the config. So let's uncomment that. What is this G-code ID? Is that needed? Hey, Adam. I have to see what that's for. It is a 4700 and we're using, what was that? PF4? PF4, yep. PF4 is what we used. And I'm not sure exactly. Let me see if I can find I bought those thermistors on Amazon. Let's see if I can find what it says they were supposed to be. Thermistor. About like a 10 pack of these little glass 3D printer. NTC 3950 is what I think they are. Oh no, they might be. Oh yeah, they're 3950s. Okay, so we go here, do generic 3950. What is G-code ID in here? What is G-code ID? Does anybody have a quick explanation? I'm going to try to look it up, but documentation, config reference. Let's see if we can find G-code ID. There we are. See the heater generic section. I'll probably find it. Heater generic. The ID to use when reporting the temperature in the M105 command. This parameter must be provided. Oh. The ID to use when reporting the temperature. Isn't that what this does though? Chamber? Is that actually needed? See the generic section for the definition, but I don't think it's required. I don't think I have it here. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't have it defined here. I just have a PT1000 listed on there. Okay. That's fine. We'll leave it off. Max temp. I am going to say 70. And I don't think anything else matters. So let's save and restart, and we should see Let's see what config item this is used for. That's not right. PS4. Oh. PF5 is what I want. Oh, yeah, chamber. I got confused with the pinout here. I saw this and I read the middle one of these three. I didn't really notice this one down here. It's actually PF5. Reading from the out in, this must be this guy. Yeah, IN7. That is correct. So, thanks for the gifted membership, Nathan. Thank you. Hi, Jose. Hey, LTX Designs. Message deleted? What message deleted? Whoa, what happened, Zeta? What'd you do, Zeta? You misclicked. You misclicked. Bring him back. You just That's not okay. That's what I hear, LTX. That's what I hear. That's not okay, Zeta. Are you here? Are you here, Nathan? Are you back? That's not okay. Nathan, are you back? What did you do? Sorry, Zeta. Nathan, are you back? Yeah, that's not okay. I've taken your powers away. Yeah, but that's a pretty big oops. I need to know if Nathan can come back. Okay. Okay, we are getting what appears to be in the normal range of values here now. Those is hidden. Okay, let me see what I can do about that. Give me a moment, folks. Give me a moment. Let me see if I can fix this. Yeah. Let's see. Where is that? Here. And, no, not there. It's down here. It's here. User management. You fixed it? Okay. I mean, why would it even be one message? Yep, there you are. You're back. Thanks, Bill. Okay, moving on. We have a functioning chamber thermistor. Now, someone said something about generic 3950. Who gave a... Is there a setting that helps with those values? I mean, it's right in line with the bed. I don't think it really needs tweaked. We've got other things that are... I mean, the cartographer coil has a cartographer that actually has things running through it, so I'm not surprised that's a couple of degrees higher. Yeah, it looks reasonable. Don't knock it. Thanks for being a member. Yeah, I'd be off by a lot. Yep, cool. So we have this. So now what we are doing is we're gonna try something that's in beta that kind of show off. Don't knock it. Thanks for the gifted memberships. So a better print, is that the full? What was this? A better print start macro. It seems really long. There's a... So are you saying, Zeta, that when Nathan gifted a membership, it gave it to him? Is that what happened there? That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's freaking hilarious. But still, the misclick was pretty... unfortunate. You got your own. that is freaking hilarious. No, you can't post links. This is your time. This is your timeout. This is your timeout. Here, don't do it again. If you do it again, it's permanent. Now you can post a link since you need to help me. I can't get over that it gave it to himself. That's hilarious. It is really that long. Okay, I was questioning myself. I didn't... A better print start macro.com. Oh yeah, it's that long. So there you go. So we're gonna play around with this. So the same person, Yante, who does the better print start macro GitHub, has made this what looks like a fantastic little guided setup for this, and we're gonna play around with it today and check it out. So a better print start macro wizard. It is beta. That's hilarious. These are the stories. These are the stories that build the channel, right? My pocket mods. You know, that's fine. Anyway, let's build your print start macro. So we're going to configure, generate, and copy and paste. So we are not, it's kind of obvious we're not doing a Voron printer here. A Voron 2.4 is Core XY with quad gantry leveling, obviously. The key parts is that it sets up the QGL in the in the macro. Similar Trident has Z-tilt. Voron 0 seems like it might be the closest printer because it has a single lead Z stepper, but it doesn't have a probe. So actually we're going to use a Voron switch wire for our basis for this printer, because this printer, if anybody isn't aware, it uses a belt linked Z setup. So it's still one stepper. So there's no bed gantry tilting or QGL or anything going on. So that's the same as the switch wire. It's the same basic setup. But switch wire has a probe, which is key. So we can set up the probe as well. Now, if I was doing this for the setup as it was before, where I was still using the Z end stop as our only Z limit, then the V0 would have been appropriate. But we'll do this as a switch wire. Now, I don't know what the reason between having a micron here when it would be a Voron 2.4, other than just for the new user coming in and, hey, I have a micron, so I get to click the micron button. So, hey, Polar Ted. Where can suggestions be sent? There is a bug up here in the corner. If you click that, it will go to a page for issues and suggestions. I thought when I clicked this before, it gave a little, I thought it had given a template suggestion, but this might be. Or Jeff, if you're on the Voron Discord, I think there's a, if you're a VOC, you might have access to a channel for it, but I'd go here. Post a suggestion here. Yeah. But when I clicked on this on the other computer, I thought it came up with a little issue template thing, but I must have, I don't know. Built my micron first, installed the print start for my 2.4. Yeah. So we're going to pick a switch wire because that's the closest functionally to what we're doing here. So switch wire has no Z-tilt QGL, but has a probe. So we'll go next, and then Yamas. So status text, show progress messages on display during print start. Sure. We don't have any stealth burner LEDs though, so we're leaving that off. This is kind of cool. Adds those commands in there if you do. Bed mesh. We are going to do a bed mesh, and we are going to do an adaptive mesh. The last three builds works well. This same macro wizard, that's awesome. Mesh only the print area instead of the full bed. And then it gives us some reminders that you need object labeling enabled in the slicer. You need exclude object, must be defined in printer config, and I'm pretty sure, let's make sure, so we'll do that now. Exclude object is right there in printer config. So this is by the same person, Kiloprints, but this is a macro or a wizard to generate the macros. abetterprintstartmacro.com. And then Polymaker object processing must be enabled. I've never actually done that separately. Is that something? Never had to do that separately. See the Clipper exclude object documentation for details. Object definitions. Is that just part of the thing? I don't know if it's fully public, but I have permission to check it out today. I don't know how public it is. I mean, anybody can get to it now. Okay, purge line. Replace the standard purge line with a squiggly purge. I've never set up the squiggly purge, but people seem to love it. But I'd have to do the squiggly purge macro. What is this? Oh, I hope not, Deanna. Has the object tags enabled? Okay. If it's shaking now, I'm going to be up there in a couple of weeks. Hey, Thunderkeys. I need to print the squiggly purge bucket. So do I want to turn this off? Clipper macro that draws a sinusoidal purge prime line before prints prepared nozzle. Includes a printable bucket to catch purge. I'm not going to put a bucket on here. Let's just turn that off for now. We'll turn that on in a later build. Is the bucket required? No VOC filtration and no bed fans on here. What are advanced settings? Use respond message function to show progress in the console. AFC. Nope. Generate a banana. ASCII art. That's funny. No bucket required. A bucket is not required. Just a silly thing to put them in. If you're the buckets required. I'm in the cool kid club though, Thunder Keys. So it sounds like it's required. At least I think I'm in the cool kid club. Is that what someone in the cool kids club would say? Okay, fine. We'll turn this on and we'll play with it. Squiggly purge. So. I remember I had some neighbors growing up who moved down from Washington right after the eruption in '80. So yeah, I had neighbor kids who talked about it, who lived up there. Okay, we'll set that up. Squiggly purges here. Copy to your Clipper config directory. Add it to your printer config. Okay, so this is super easy. So let's go ahead and go here, and let's go here. And it's easier, I think, just to copy this than to save it and upload it. So we're going to call this squiggly purge. Let's close this, create a new. Squiggly purge. Paste this here. Save it. I was in Massachusetts in '80. Got a lot of that. Oh, and interesting. I was just a kid in '80. I was a little kid. Well, to be fair, I heard about this probably '82, '83 is when I met them. So they talked about it, that's why they moved down. But yeah. Hey, Phil. So squiggly purge. Squiggly purge is copied. There are some settings. We'll leave this page open. So if we want to change any of those. And then none of the rest of the stuff we're gonna do. So, oh, this is kind of nice. We can strip all the comment lines from the macros if you're one that doesn't like to see those, but we'll leave them. We're gonna turn the advanced settings off. Squiggly purge on, and no stealth burner LEDs. And go next. And we do have a chamber thermistor now, so that was kind of the point. Or you can use the hot end thermistor as a chamber thermistor. And since Phil's here, we are planning on doing kind of a wrap up, follow up stream together in a couple of weeks after we've both had a chance to use the Core 1, talk about our individual experiences with it, and show off some prints we've done, that kind of thing. So just a heads up. I won't be streaming next Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, the 12th, is when we're planning on doing that, if everything works out. Okay, so chamber thermistor, default chamber temperature, target chamber temp for the heat soak, also used as fallback when slicer doesn't send a chamber value. I don't know how long, for right now, I'm gonna leave this at 45. I don't know how this printer heats up, what its properties are, so I don't want to set it too high and have us waiting here forever. So chamber thermistor type is the 3950. Do we need any of this? Is this putting its own settings in there? Do we need to delete the other ones? This was PF5. Oh, that's interesting. The default there is example PF5. Well, fine. PF5. Is the text on my screen out of focus? It shouldn't be. I could be zooming in on this for you guys' sake, though. I should have done that. What is advanced settings here? Fallback heat soak time. Use when the bed target is at or below the threshold below, or no chamber sensor is available. Default 5 minutes is a long time. I'm gonna make this like 2. So this is saying that when you're not when I'm printing PLA, for instance, on here, I think this would only heat soak for 2 minutes instead of 5. And bed target above this triggers an active chamber weight heat soak at or below. The fixed time soak above is used. Okay, whatever. We are using our cartographer. Oh, you were set for 480p. Well, that'll do it. That'll do it. Scott. Those kindergarten marriages. I saw... I couldn't recite it because I can't remember it well enough for it to be funny, but a little joke thing online around that same concept. We are using touch. So nozzle contact Z0, so we'll leave that. Next. And we are using Orca Slicer when I use this printer. This is my force myself to use Orca Slicer printer. So. And it's got the full gambit of options here. That's cool. What is the they just came out with a new version the, shoot, what is that? There's another slicer. It's a printer manufacturer that does it. It was pretty popular for a while, and they just updated it. Starts with an M. Someone will know. Next. Your print start macro is now ready. Shoot, I'm drawing a complete blank. Okay, so final stats, copy the print start macro into your printer config, replacing any existing print start macro. Add the printer config snippets, if any. Can you see any messages from the capybara? No. Simplify 3D. No, that was another one, but that Simplify 3D is dead. I don't see any messages from a capybara. It's really frustrating that YouTube doesn't show me the held messages because I'd like to see them. They just don't show up on my interface at all. Anyway. Add printer, replace external dependencies and configuration. So bed mesh needs to be configured, and we already did that. Adaptive bed mesh prerequisites is done. Squiggly purge macros in there. Yeah, Cura was there. Shoot. I can't believe it. My brain is not allowing me to think of the name. No, it's completely different. I thought it started with an M. This is going to bug me. I'm not going to be able to dedicate my... I'm doing some searches real quick. Idea Maker. Idea Maker is exactly what I was trying to think of. Idea Maker is from Raise 3D. That's what I couldn't think of. So Idea Maker is what I was thinking of. They just released a new version, didn't they? They just released a new version. An update after being quiet for a long time. But I was thinking of Idea Maker. Okay, now that part of my brain can be released, and thank you, Alan. you freed up a whole few threads. Okay, so to finish off this, we need squiggly purge. I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna rename this one, and I'm gonna call this my old print start macro, and we're gonna go into printer config, and under here we are going to include squiggly purge config. Oops. That was right, correct. Squiggly purge.config. Yep. So now we're going to save that. Close. So now that should be correct. Cartographer is all set up. Custom print start macro is ready. So now we're going to copy the macro, We're going to create a new print start. Paste it here. Here's when some days the threads are all tangled up. Yeah. Okay, so this is the print start macro that it generated. So it is the configuration that we picked is up here, it looks like. Yeah. Orca Slicer start G code. This is kind of nice that it puts it in here. So we just grab this for Orca Slicer. And then it's going to do all the things. It's going to clear the mesh. It's going to set the bed temperature. Cartographer touch home is here. And squiggly purge is down there at the bottom. So let's save and restart this one. Save and restart. Okay, and then the slicer start G code. So we want to make sure we have this correct. So let's go into our, do I still have Orca Slicer open? Do not. Orca Slicer. Is this correct? Is this the correct version? That doesn't look like the correct version. That's not the correct version, is it? What is the latest version? We installed. Is this it? Nope. Okay, so that was. I know I had two. I know I had two versions, two installed, and this 1.7 is the other one. So let's go back to. Orca Slicer. There we are. Why is it funny, Yamas? I mean, it's all just the community. Okay. So let's go to prepare, I think. And we're going to go our VZBot 235. Finish Doctor Who Classic Series after previously finishing the new era. Nice. Hey, Jim. And then, where is this? No, this is where it was really screwing up because I have to hover over here to get to this one where it doesn't show up, but it shows up for everywhere else. But for this one, you have to hover over before you see the little configure button. Machine G code. Right here, we had just commented out, but I'm just going to repaste the whole thing. There we are. So then we're going to save that. Why do we have a, I just want to save it. Save. Okay. Go. And then what else do we need to do? Let's just make sure we got it all. Hey, Natterbreeze. And then printer config. Oh, so this is just telling us what to put in for our chamber thermistor, which we had already done. So all of that is good. Okay, it gives us an option to download all or restart. That's pretty cool. Any comments on that process? I thought it was pretty slick. Hey, Martin. Hey, Lone Star. I did. I included printer squiggly config in the squiggly purge right there. So I think we're good to go. So let's get the top on here. Let's get the top on. Get this thing, since we're gonna do some ABS prints. Let's get the bed heating up and wiped off. Okay. Got my index dev kit today. You're torn. Put it on my Trident 300 or my Mercury 1 370. My Trident works so well on ASA. I don't know if I want to mess with it. That's a tough one there, because if you put it on your Trident, you can use my implementation. If you do it on your Mercury 1, you're on your own, or you got to find someone who's done something. Hey, Chromatic. Okay, so that is heating up. Let's get it all. Let's see what this thing ends up heating to with no extra insulation. Bed's going up to 110. You know, on a printer like either the Mercury 1 or the Trident, either one doesn't have a huge, a hugely complicated install, I don't think. So you can always throw it on the Mercury 1 and then move it later. Hey, Malfoy, did you place your order 2 weeks ago? They've always said that those aren't going to ship. They've said September. Those weren't expected to ship right away. It's Founders Edition dev kits that have been shipping. New orders are at the very earliest September. Oh, we're going to push plastic tonight. We've already pushed plastic on this. We're heating up to push plastic right now. I'm going to grab the brown filament we're going to use for the Trident. It's right here. It's been, I've threw it in the dryer just to when I get the 4-tool upgrade from Prusa, it's ready to add it. Yeah. Don't know where I can find a pinout diagram for the Leviathan. So LDOmotion.com has all the documentation for that. Here. LDOmotion.com. And oops. Apparently if you go to guides, there's a Leviathan 1.3, and I think if you scroll, you might be able to find a Leviathan 1.2 as well. If you go back and go to Leviathan, and here's all your guide stuff. So if it's a 1.3, here's your link. If it's a 1.2, then you can navigate back. You missed the first plastic push. First plastic push was weeks ago. Wow, the first plastic push was years ago. Anyway, this is the brown ASA. I wanted to find a brown ASA. Overture on Amazon had a brown. So this is what we're going to try for the this is what we're going to try for tri-bent. Does not call out the pins on the pick of the board. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Britt, how are you? How are you? Let's, oh, I've got, let me heat up the hot end. I've got filament in there. What was that? Let's just go 200. And well, thank you. How are you? I am doing pretty well. I was able to sleep in a little bit today. That extra 45 minutes because today's a telework day. Makes a big difference. I've got filament in there, so heating up the hot end to pull that. Hey, James. There we go. A little bit of filament. That's starting to get warm in there. I can feel a little bit. What's our temperature? Our chamber is at 35. Every minute of extra sleep does help. It really does. And let's bump that temperature up for loading ASA. And get this. Get it sealed back up. Extrude. There we go. Overture and Elegoo filaments, they're cheap. This was more just wanting a brown that looked close to UPS brown. Wow, that's a lot of filament to purge. Unless it's actually, oh yeah, it's starting to get brown. See ya, Jose. Watch the 8th Doctor movie and the kids will have to watch the Sarah Jane Adventures. Yeah, it's coming out brown now. I'll just do another just to make sure we're got the stalactite. There's a stalagmite, stalactites. There's a thing for remembering that, but the thing doesn't make enough sense to be intuitive. Yep. Polymaker brown, then spot on for UPS brown. This is a pretty nicely dark brown. It's a nicely dark brown as it's printed. It seems to print a lot darker than off the spool. Tight top. Okay, Slagmite. That's pretty good. Let's go 150. But it takes might to hold on. I don't know. My overthinking brain always mixes it up. Does Polymaker make a brown ASA? Do they make an actual brown ASA? Because that might have been the big thing. All filament, EBS ASA, go ASA. They do, Army Brown. I don't know why I didn't look at this. Why didn't I look at this? There was a reason. There was a reason. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what it was. Ugh. Anyway. We are at 41C in the chamber already. So, hey Maker Viking. So what I want to do, go in here. So this is all good. We have a VZBot. We're just going to use our Polymaker ASA profile that we made last time. And I think, what did we do here? Flow ratio 0.89. That's just seems really low. Hey Rod, thanks for gifted memberships. Maker Viking, I got your DM. I forgot to respond to it. I'm sorry. I'm bad at that. I see things. They get read, and if I don't respond in that instant, then suddenly they're out of mind. What is this? Chain Sand Co? Welcome. Okay. Let's go here. Let's add. I'm gonna add. So basically we did the first part of the tuning for this stuff. I'm gonna do a quick let's see where I do a quick print that is kind of my sanity check for things. Actually, you know what we could do instead of this is we can go back here and we can do the pressure advance. Isn't there a pressure advance? Yeah, well, let's do the pressure advance test. Let's do the pressure advance test. Direct drive extruder. What is the PA pattern? What is PA tower? Which is the preferred method here? Martin, thanks for being a member. James, I have missed past streams. Is there a reason to go with Orca Slicer here? Because Orca Slicer has always had like a built-in profile for the VZBot. So my own decision is I've used this. I'm going to do pattern. I've used this as the printer that forces me to use Orca Slicer. That's the only reason. We're going to try the pattern. NPA. We shouldn't end up at 0.08. Let's go like 6. Let's go 6. And just say okay. This should. Oh, what in the? Is this correct? It's only showing that. Should this show more for this? Something doesn't look right. I've never done this. I don't know that I've ever done this test in Orca Slicer. This is correct? Okay. It's just a marker to generate the G-code here. There. Slice it. Oh, okay. There we are. Got it. So it's going to go from 0.01 to 0.06. So I think we should be able to hit print. And I would expect that we will probably have to check the first layer height and stuff. We might have to redo it, but oh, that's an interesting thing. So it's turning the CPAP on to promote air movement in the chamber, right? It might be turning it on a little high. That might be an interesting or a good suggestion for this is if you're running yeah, most users don't have it. Yeah, we're running fan at 100%. Can I turn this down right now? No, it won't turn it down until the command is done. The chamber is going up, but it might be, oh, it's doing something. You don't hear it that bad. That's good. I mean, it's at 40C now. It's running the, oh, okay. It's doing a full bed mesh, which means we probably don't have the right setting in Orca Slicer. Ooh, there we go. And right XY joint pulley doesn't look straight. It's fine. I think that's a camera thing. Now what's it doing? Oh, it's heating up the nozzle, which means it's going to ooze right there. We fixed that last time, but yep. Yeah, I don't see it being bent there. Chris or Cabs. And hey, Chris. Hey, Troy. It does scan fast enough. You're absolutely right. It's doing the squiggle. It's doing the squiggle. It uses a lot of filament for that. That's a lot of flow. Ew, that's kind of an interesting coloring on it too. Bet you that needs to go down. My touchscreen doesn't work. That needs to go down. It's a little high. This is a good time to do it, though. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, that's much better. Does the better print start macro setup add chamber thermistor support for Orca? Well, it passes the chamber temperature setting through to the macro from Orca Slicer via the print start macro that it tells you to use. Welcome back. So in Orca, in your filament profile, I think will be chamber temperature targets, which we actually didn't set. We should be setting these. I probably want, I don't know what this gets to. So I'm gonna just let it get as hot as it'll get and figure out where I want this to be starting. The print start macro has a default of 45 that it waited for before it started. This is almost done. Throw some numbers on there. Huh. Interesting. Am I getting, nothing's gonna change with sleep for me until I do something about it. But I'm going through the process to do something about it. It does 3 layers. Okay. Trend should be here Monday. Nice. While we're here, while that's doing that, let's go and fix the, let's go to the better print, the print start macro, and down here under the heating is going to be a, what turns on the fan. What, it's a M104 or something? M10, where is that? Where does it actually do that? M106, here it is. The M106 right here is what's doing the, yeah. M106 is what's, 255 is 100%. So if we wanted to, I'm gonna set this like 100. Because that'll be down in the 33, 34% range. Right? Oh, CPAP with the beard. I've done a CPAP before, Collie. So I've already gone through the process of what works for me. I had a much slimmer beard at the time, but I already know that nose pillows just sits on the front of your nose, not the nose, whole nose thing. It just on the front of your nose is what is the most likely to work for me. So fortunately, I've already gone through some of that, so I get to shortcut. I get to shortcut some of it. I have a extremely severe obstructive sleep apnea diagnosis from 12 years ago. Then I got my tonsils taken out and it got a little better. Okay, so we're going to save that. We're going to save. Close this. The full mask has been a challenge. Yeah. Okay, that's printed. I don't want to pull the top because I want this to stay pretty hot. Pull this guy. Okay. Best thing to do then is going to be to pull the plate, let it cool, but leave the inside hot. Let's heat that back up so it can keep the chamber nice and toasty. Let's see if I can get a better look at this. Sleep on your side while wearing that thing. I normally sleep mostly on my side tuxedo. So. Confident on clippers shutting down if bed fans are turned on when the bed is at a higher temp. Fan causes the bed temp to drop. Lower your fan speed. All you're looking for is circulating air. You don't need to circulate air at 100%. Okay, this is something I noticed that was kind of interesting, is the color of the squiggly purge. We'll see if it does it like that again, or if it was just remaining filament on there, but I've purged a lot. I mean, this was a lot of purge to end up with this. Ooh, that's kind of cool looking at the bottom. Squiggly. Okay, now let's get this thing off. Hey. Okay, this was a little messy here, but it's getting obviously too much PA up here. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the seventh one up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seventh one up is the best. This was what I was fighting with at the beginning. You see how high it was, and then I might have gone a little, barely too far. So maybe I'll raise it just a hair. So I had gone to minus 0.225. And I remember last time we worked on this, I had to move it way down, but I never resaved that. So let's go there, and then let's save this and save the config. So the seventh one up, let's close that, 0.05 or 0.005. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is 0.03. 7, the one up is 0.03 even. Hey, Remy. That should not have an issue. What should not have an issue? On what? Oh, the other thing. Got it. You're working another problem. Okay. There is not a, we go into the settings here. Oh, there is a pressure advance. Enable pressure advance. For this filament, we're going to 0.03. Cool. That's kind of nice. Enable active pressure advance. What is that? Adaptive pressure advance, I meant. Yeah, we won't enable that right now. Chamber temperature. What did we get to? What is our chamber? Oh my. So one of the things that I have trouble with on this printer, I've always had trouble with, and I need to fix it by replacing the screen. But the screen will continue to work fine, but it just stops responding. It stops responding. I don't know. It's always done that. I've been meaning to replace it. Mello sent me one of their screens to replace it with. I haven't gotten around to it. So if we go here, our chamber is at 43. Is it? It's going. Let's set that to 40 and 40. Well, max doesn't matter. Hey, Ahmed. Max, I'm not gonna. I don't have any kind of fan that's changing. Oh, minimal. What does minimal actually mean? This is the chamber temperature at which printing should start. There we go. Let's set this to 42 because that's the answer, and it's at 43 right now. A higher chamber temperature can help suppress at the same time. So what is this saying? Chamber temperature target. This is if you have any kind of active chamber temperature control. Yeah. Oh, let's go 50 and 42. Okay. Save that. And you said if I hover over the chamber, it got to a max of 45.9 during that print. Or during this session. Sorry, during this session. We're at 42 right now. What I want to do is verify with my test print. So now this is all saved. We can do a, how do I reset this? How do I reset the project or prepare? All the, I guess, there, reset. And let's remove this. Let's add this is just my own print test. You did say graph. Home, new project. Yeah, that's probably the best way to do this. And save changes. No, I don't want to save changes. Discard. Thank you. That's a better way to do that. Open. Okay, so this is my little test print, but I want to go. This is all stuff that I need to remember I'm going 0 top layers, 1 bottom layer, and 0% infill, and 2 wall loops, and slice it. So this is what I do for test. It gives me a first layer to do any fine tuning on that, and then I can see the PA results in the corners. You save some settings in the filament tab. 0.03 is correct. That's what I want. The chamber temperature is all set. Oh, I saved some things. Settings override. Did this save some things? What? I don't know what they would be then. Oh, these are just overrides, so I can just uncheck these. Because these are just overrides. It doesn't need any overrides. Okay. I'll just not apply any overrides is what I'm doing now. Got it. Okay. Slice it. And print. Oh, and of course the bed is upload and print. I need to go into the homing override and set it to home Y first. Because that'll keep the umbilical from getting caught in the back. So now it's running the CPAP at a much more reasonable level. And that, let's see how close I was. 39%. I said 33, 34. I was off. It's 39%. 100 is 39% of 255. So if this goes well, then we'll print an actual part. We may not finish the part, but I'll show results of it. See if the print quality looks good. See if everything looks good to go for starting to print some of the tri-vent parts. We are waiting for the chamber probably. Chamber's at 41.67, so it shouldn't take too long to get to 42 is what we set as our minimal print temp, and that's what it'll start at. $41.9. There we go, 42. So once it stabilizes at 42, it should start. You think we'll be waiting for full chamber temp? You think we'll be waiting for 50? So we need to look at the chamber. Let's go chamber. Chamber thermistor. Default chamber temperature. Target chamber temp for heat soak. But what is being passed? If we go here, minimal, this value is chamber minimal temperature, and this is chamber temperature. So we need to ignore this one basically then. Just got added. Okay, so we're waiting for, look at the slicer, start G code. Yeah. I think we're waiting for this at this point. Okay, we don't want to wait for that to hit 50 because we don't know if it even will. Yep, that's my bad. I want this to be 42. Let's save that. Let's go to here. We should wait for chamber min. Well, that's this, right? So this is what's going to get passed because this is chamber temperature. And if we go to here and go to the start code, it sends chamber temperature. It sends chamber temperature. So 42 is what we want. So we go back here. I've got to just emergency stop this. Otherwise we're waiting. We're at 43 now. We're waiting until 50, which we don't want to do. I'm just going to stop it and restart. Firmware restart. This is good. This is good. Good test. So that, and then let's go here, slice it, and print and upload and print. Hey, Clownhammer. So the setup should wait for chamber min, the minimal whatever, minimal. So it'd be, the name is chamber underscore minimal underscore temperature is the value. This should, so now it's heating up the hot end to the 150. It's waiting for that. And then it should do the... Mr. Franco. Once that stabilizes at 150, it'll do the Z home and then... Yep, there it goes. Now it's going to do the Z offset. And this is doing the tap function. Oh, it did. It did the adaptive. Uh-oh. That got really quiet. No, it's just heating up. Okay. It just turned off the CPAP, is all. Now it's heating the hot end to 260. It did save a whole second. It saved a whole second. Come on, John. Seconds matter. Oh, it puts the purge line close to the print. That makes sense. I was expecting it to go to the front corner. It's not dropping the ooze though. Even with all that, it didn't drop the ooze. That's a little low. Move it up a bit. That's probably pretty good right there. It was 0.1 low, which has me 0.075 low, which has me concerned about the consistency of the tap setting I'm getting. How quick until the carto can't keep up with the scan? Well, look at the first part. The first part when we set up carto on this printer, which was a few Wednesdays ago, we hit that limit. So we ran a mesh at 2 meters per second, but caveat, it was 10,000 Excel and it ran it, but at 15,000 Excel, it aired. There, it's dropping off that ooze now. It's still a little low. I'm concerned about the consistency of that. That was pretty, I'm at 0.1 higher now, and I lowered it over 0.2, the last one. Now it's going to run our little cube here. Not cube, but looking pretty good. Was there a different amount of goop on the nozzle in the different attempts at probing? It's possible, Dougal. I need to pay attention to that. It does heat up to 150. That may not be enough to squish out of the way with the sensitivity of tap. I do like the squiggle purge though. You can't go over 150C for cartographer touch, unfortunately. Why? Why? What did you see? An internal limit on what? What? Cardo says no? Oh, okay. That's really kind of irritating because for like PC and stuff, you 150 isn't going to squish anything out of the way. Well, what's it doing now? Oh, it turns back. Oh, there's another fan going. Okay. Okay. Get a closer look at this. This is cooling down. TA looks really good. Overall, hot, hot, hot. Pull the whole thing off. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Ricardo comes with a nozzle brush. Got it. Well, let me get this off of here. And let's just do... These Big Tree Tech Panda Edge is a pretty good tool to have. I don't have any affiliate links on it, so I don't gain anything from saying it, but these are pretty nice. I like them. I like them enough that I've bought my own. I've gotten some from them too, but I have bought an extra one to have in all the spots that I need them. Hey, Andy. Okay, so while this is still somewhat soft, I'm gonna just kind of manually clean the nozzle. Yeah, that's clean. Okay. By setting unsafe max touch temperature, it can be overridden in the config. No, I'll just clean it well. The Panda Scraper is a murder weapon. Oh yeah, I got myself, which finger was it? Oh, it was here? It was on the member stream. I was here. I cut myself across here. It got me pretty good. Okay. Let's see some spots on here. I don't think I would change anything on the print here. Let's keep this heated up. I don't think I would change anything. It looks pretty good. I think I can, I'd like to check the first layer again though, by maybe reprinting this. Now that I know that the nozzle is clean, I'm just gonna run this print job again and adjust my offset. Murder mittens. Yep. He is out. He's having a good nap. That's Tribent. That's Tribent. He's having a good nap. Okay, we're gonna send this job again, and this time I'm going to set my Z offset and use that as the one. Now that I've confirmed, I've cleaned it well. So with it well cleaned, as long as I clean it well on future prints, then it should be good. So I'm just gonna reprint this job. Chamber's at 45 right now. Oh, I guess I set 105 as the bed temperature on this. I've been heating it to 110, so now it's waiting for it to drop to 105. Is home on this the opposite that it is on Trident? Correct, it's the front corner. Oh, it hit a maximum of 49 C chamber temperature. So that's good. Without any extra insulation, it's hitting in that short print, 49. And Garrett, you never reminded me. We don't have any filament giveaways. We could have done some Pex Peppers giveaway. I didn't think of it either though. So okay, here it goes. Yeah, no worries. SD card reset file cannot be run. What? It just aired out. What? Any clues? I've never seen that. I've never seen that. Nah, it's a little late now. It's not as beneficial for you this late. We'll do it next time. Any clues on this error? This comes from the print cancel. No, this just aired out. It's failed. The print it reset everything. Let's do a firmware restart and try it again. Let's try it again. Now it's heating the bed. Yeah, it was over, sure, but that shouldn't have failed the print. I mean, it's doing its whole automatic process. Let's see what happens this time. It's gonna heat the bed. Chamber's gonna already be where it needs to be. Yeah, apparently. Let's see. Cancel macros. Cannot be called if you're currently printing. What would be calling SD reset file? Okay. It's doing the thing, but I think it's more useful to watch this right now. Okay. That always catches me because it gets so quiet when it turns off the CPAP. It's like, what failed? Print cancel might be calling print end. Okay. It is heating. It is heating. It is oozing. This is so true. 3D printers are temperamental. Come on, take it away. It looks like it's grabbing the use this time. Maybe. Yep, it grabbed the use this time. That's a little low, so let's raise it. A little more. Raising at 0.1. There's a little more. .14 is what I've raised it. .15. Yeah, I'll leave it there at 0.15. Still not sure what I want to do for a yellow for this. If anybody has any suggestions. How's the top layer over infill? Are you talking about as far as the CPAP going crazy? Or are you talking about... I don't know. I haven't printed something to notice that. I was thinking large gold is my top contender. Even though I've already used it here, but I think that's probably going to be the closest I'm going to find Let's see, do I have a large gold something that's not on the printer? Do I have any parts? Oh, yeah. I've got the... Do I have anything in here that's large gold besides the tray? No. The tray is the only thing I have. And it's kind of full, but... Is that going to focus? Can we get it to focus? Maybe we do. Maybe do this. I don't know. That's not really, not focusing like I would hope it would. Oh, there we go. Ah, it keeps wanting to focus on me. Yeah, that's probably not too bad. And it adds a little sparkle to it, which is good. I don't have anything good. That the tray is not a great, but that's the only large gold thing that I can grab handily. I don't think my EM is going to be too far off. No, it doesn't come off easily. Not at all. Not at all. Oh. See, what did I do without you on here? Good call. Probably pretty darn good, huh? Yeah, good call. Look at that thing. Yeah. You waking up? Mister is waking up. Okay. So we were talking about there's something in the let's close that here. The nothing here. Just turn stuff off. Oh, no, that's a whole lot. Machine start G code, machine end G code. Ah, there it is. What is this? DSLR snapshot. Why do they put all this stuff in here as default? What is RSCS off? Yeah, that's one of the cool things about this printer, Kevin, is the tool head. This is just the fan assembly. LEDs, got a little pogo pin and magnet connector and extra magnets down here, and all our fans are in there. This is our hot end cooling fan, and then our part cooling fans. There's 3 of them. There's 1 in front and 2 either side. This might be an after stream thing. Yeah, it is kind of cool, and it just kind of sits on there and snaps into place. Hey, Nemi. Okay, well, anyway, let's close this. I think, so if I want to save my, oh, and I want to get in here and clean this while it's still warm, so, but not oozing. There we go. Hey, Sanity. But I'm fairly happy with that for right now. So we want to go back here, and I want to save this offset. That'll restart that. And we'll get our bed heating up while we work on going here and going new project. No, I don't want to save. What is all this? Previously modified. Oh, yeah. Discard those. So now let's add. Let me add from a different super secret special spot. STLs, gantry, front idlers, housing. There we are. We're gonna print a Trident R2 front housing, front idler housing as our print here. I want to, like I said, I don't use Orca Slicer much, but I'm gonna probably save a lot of these values because I want my setup. This is all strengths, infill density 40, not crosshatch. I tend to like cubic. So if can I save this, and let's go, let's just get rid of this. The location is secret. VZBot. VZBot structural. I don't know. Printer parts. There. VZBot Voron spec. There we go. Let's say okay. Hey Bob, how are you? Monotonic, that's fine. Slice, let's see what this looks like. Looks like what I would, oh, no. Ew. We don't tolerate these brims. No, 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 no. 0, where is that? Is it under others for this thing? There it is. Why is it others? No brim ever. Is there a no brim ever setting? No, just no brim. I do like skirts. I do like skirts. Skirt distance, let's move it out a little further. And I like 2 skirt layers, because when you over squish, it's a whole lot easier to pull it off if it's 2 layers thick. Save. Okay. Yeah, that's all fine. What is skirt type? Combined. Yeah, that's fine. Why the hate for brims? Because you have to clean them off. And if your bed prep is good, you shouldn't need them. I have found very few instances where I've felt I needed a brim. Very few. A few very thin parts, sometimes. What is classic what? Classic what? What about line width? Oh, is that the Arachne versus classic? Is that was really stuck on there. Holy moly. All the stress. Actually, let's go here. Okay, that is all cleaned off. Put this guy back in there. Mouse ears are the happy medium. Only if required in very specific instances. Oops. Where is this going to be? Under quality. There we are. Wall generator. Good call. Classic. And then detect. Where's the thin wall stuff? Brims are handy for poor models for 3D printing. So, some very thin, long parts, I will use a brim. But my default is to try without first. Where is the thin wall setting? Is it under strength? Did I miss it over here? Seam position, aligned. Strength, walls detect thin walls. Strength, walls detect thin walls. What is the good default here? I always look at the slice thing and then I just change it if something looks like it's too thin. This part's not going to matter, but what do people usually use for this as a I've never used monotronic on any prints with VZBot, always rectilinear. Bearded Printer, thanks for the gifted memberships. I always, it seems that isn't the whole point of the monotonic, right? Not monotonic, monotonic is that it always moves in the same direction. So it used to be you would get very different surface appearances because the slicer would change directions. It would come from this way and this way and this way and that. And monotonic was the solution to that. Anyway, let's save these. The detect thin walls isn't going to matter on this print, but it is something I always look at the slice and see if there's anywhere that is thin and then adjust from there. Okay. Let's send it. Now, what might be handy for this first print, since I'm not sure on my Z offset, is to go back here to others and do like 10 loops. So we have some time to adjust it while it's doing that. And maybe we do it 10 millimeters out. So we have some time to adjust it while it's doing that. It does mean it'll do it again on the second layer, but it'll be faster, so it'll be fine. And I think that's it. Okay, so that's doing that. Go back here. We're at a good chamber temperature. Our bed's already there, so now it just turned on the hot end, so we should be pretty soon to print start. Let's see if I can get a better back. So I can get this on here. Maybe I don't need that. Just go. Yeah, this will work. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, that'll work when it starts printing. That'd be a good view when it starts printing. Oh no, we'll just do it right here. Hey, Ninya. We'll do this. Okay. Now it's heating it up. You'll get to see all the ooze. No, it's not oozing. Oh, there it goes. I don't know if there's anywhere I could put a nozzle wipe. Looks like it's gonna grab the ooze though, so I think we'll be okay. Oh, well, that's not okay. That's not okay at all. Why is it doing that? I gotta stop it. So squiggly line has a problem. The squiggly line macro has a problem. Prusa slicer and Orca slicer don't include their skirt brim in object dimension. So that's a Prusa slicer and Orca slicer problem. I did change the skirt offset. But if the slicer isn't giving squiggly line the right information, that's the problem. Let's see how that was doing. It was doing pretty good. Height-wise though, I think it was fine. Let me stop the print because we can't keep that going. And let's get the bed out of the way so I can clean the nozzle. I'm gonna do that until it gets cool enough. Did you change the skirt offset? I did. I wanted more I wanted more room to see if the first layer was going to be correct. Oops. Let's see. I know there were some settings for the squiggly macro. Yep. We'll look at that here in a second. That's oh geez. So if we go to the squiggly purge, we've got some parameters. So purge length, starting X position, starting Y position. Print area bounding box, typically passed by the slicer. Hey, R squared. Maybe change squiggly macro to surrendering other than offset, such as a fixed position. What can I do? Commonly adjusted purge length, periods, number of full sine wave cycles, line height, layer height of the purge line direction, starting X position and starting Y position. I don't know if this will fix it to where it doesn't. Oh, well, I can turn off adaptive. Can I do that? Peak. Clearance from print area in adaptive mode. Oh, I can do that one. Line margin. We can just increase this. Although if I had a big part, would it theoretically be off, try to print it off the print area? When adaptive mode equal 1, the macro positions the purge line near the print area using either the size parameter passed by the slicer as this, or the exclude object polygon data. The line is mirrored across the bed center when the print area is not on the opposite side and clamped to stay within bed boundaries. So let's try this line margin and increase that to like 25. So that would be, it's in the print start though, right? Because it's going to be down here under squiggly purge. Let me get this so where you guys can see it. Squiggly purge, and it would be space line margin equals 25. Yeah, line margin 10 is default. So line margin 25. I mean, I'm adding 15 millimeters, and it doesn't need 15 millimeters to be out of the way of what we just saw. So I think we're okay. I can continue playing with that later, but let's save and restart this. And that means I can just restart the same code because it's in the print start and not in the G code generated by the slicer. So should be able to go here and just restart it. Print. Oh, are we gonna be okay? Yeah. Never set a skirt offset equal or higher to the line margin. Yes. Yes. This is not a typical setting that I would have changed. So that wasn't a anticipated thing. It's heating up the bed. We're learning. I'm planning on doing RC car on Saturday. Impreza. I think we'll just get through hopefully get through the suspension. And then we'll finish the mechanical assembly of the Vertigo on Sunday. But that won't be the last stream. I think I'm going to do one more stream after that on the Vertigo. So the expectation is Vertigo last stream will be August 16th. Micron kit is arriving today. Nice. Going faster, the fan speed setting, decreased speed for cooling. VZBot is kit below, but you had to adjust temps and fan speed. Average disk drive. I'm guessing your main printer is a VZBot. Have we chatted before? Apologies if I don't remember. Okay. See how this does this time. It should go further. I can see the shadow of where the other one was. Have you built 6 or so? The first user, awesome. Well, the whole point of this whole little mini series here is to get this back to a point where it's used more, so. Get past any of the pain points I had in it. Oh yeah, it's definitely further over. That's good. Oh, let's see if it'll actually, it should skip it. The first layer looks pretty good. I don't feel like I need to change it. So I think just consistently cleaning the nozzle is the answer there. Oh, and it started on the outside, so we're good. It's going to the inside. Let's see if we can get... Sorry, trying to get something where this will focus a little better. There we go. Wow, it might hump for it. And nozzle clog. Now it's got to do the second layer of that big skirt. But that first layer looks great. First layer looks pretty great. Stopped on the stream a couple minutes ago. What's the squiggly line for? That's the purge line. That's squiggly purge. Squiggly purge. I like it. It's nice and thick, easy to take off. It mostly captures any ooze. What is our... Yeah, you guys can hear that pretty good? That's good. What are we hitting? We're only topping out at about 18 cubic millimeters per second from what I'm seeing in the mainsail. Here, let's turn sound deadening off. Where is that? filters. Does that work? Can you hear it more? How long does it say it's going to take? It says an hour. Yeah, it is moving pretty quick. And it's not really, I don't think that's really quick. Like I said, I'm only seeing, here, let's see if we can see it in the slicer. Let's see if we go flow. It's not even, I mean, I know that's in the way. Let's see if we can move this over here. It's 20-ish is where it should be peaking out. There's nowhere it's gonna hit anywhere. Yeah, I want to try, I want to play around with how fast can I make it go and still get. So this will be a good baseline. This is faster than I normally print, to be honest. This is faster than I normally print. So it'll be interesting to see what this looks like compared to my other prints. And then what it looks like speeding it up. Transition movements can be cranked up. Yeah. Well, let's see where this is. I want to get the number one priority is a good quality print. How fast do you normally print Voron parts? My normal print profile. Let's see. This is Prusa Slicer. This is my speedier. I said speedier. It's relative. Not speedy, it's speedier. This is what they're set to. Doesn't mean that's the speeds it's hitting, but this is what they're set to. Anyway. There's going to be some surface imperfections I'm not going to like on this print. I can tell already. But that will need to be addressed. Maybe average distro. If you've spent a ton of time tuning these, I would appreciate suggestions. It's going good though. What's our chamber temperature up to? 49. Chat's gone dead. Is everybody tired? How many people do we have? Yeah, we're at 100 still. Nearly. I said nearly. Setting up tomorrow's stream. Why do you use rectilinear? I've seen a little bit of the A4TC stuff. I haven't paid super close attention though. Just mesmerized by the print. Got it. There's your first layer over infill, Zeta. So something to think about. That's interesting. Unless I'm missing something. This is, I mean, this speed is within the realm of, I mean, even the Revo or whatever. So it'd be interesting to see what it looks like when we start bumping it up. Hey, Nick. Yeah, I think it will finish sooner than that. It's actually down to a 35-minute estimate in the slicer. I mean, in mainsail. Slicer said an hour and something, but the estimate in mainsail is saying 35 minutes left now. This is a 0.4 nozzle. Oh my god, I may not have set the Excel values back in the slicer, so it overestimated. Yeah, that's for sure. Where would I do that? Let's see. Speed. So this is... So where would I mean, it's going to limit it to these, right? What What are your thoughts on using 0.5 millimeter for boron parts? There's a couple of parts that might end up with thin walls if you try to do that, but that might be on the older stuff. You might be okay. You're having all kinds of luck with that shipping through there, Phil. Oh, the machine settings? Machine settings. Motion ability. Is this? Oh, that's kind of cool. I have to play with some of this. Yeah, they do look fast already. Faster than I already have them. Yeah, it says 1 hour and 17 minutes in the slicer. I don't think it's going to take that long. Because we got 30 minutes left. Disable slow down for cooling and look at the preview. Is that in the filament setting? Flow rate, print chamber. Where's, oh, cooling. Print, slow printing down for better layer cooling. Turn that off. It didn't change. It didn't change the estimate. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. What is the... Advanced, probably. No? Not advanced? Filament. Is there a flow limit? Volumetric. 50. It's set to 50. So it's not even hitting that. It's not even hitting the limit. The presets are modest, yeah. There are some, yeah, I've noticed that too. Tuxedo. But I wouldn't consider this fully tuned. There is a hole line there, yep. They're on the kind of lower left. It is the harshest possible lighting, yep. So you kind of wait until this is done and look at it compared to other prints I've done. And stop yawning. I'm not as tired as the amount of yawning I'm doing indicates. Or the ABS Pro. What would you expect to be different there, Dougal? Is emit limits to G-code set? I think it is. I think it is. That was here. Yeah. It can't be unset. I can't change that. It's mesmerizing. Oh, you guys are just, I'm sorry, you guys are staring at a shared screen I'm not doing anything with. Really curious what it'll look like in regular light. This is, I mean, I think this is, looking better than the first prints I was doing on this with ABS though. I need to do some finer EM tuning because I tuned with the other Polymaker stuff. So this is probably not perfect. So need to do some finer EM tuning, and once that's done, make sure PA is still correct. I am printing at 260. It's hard to tell there, Zeta. When I look at it here, it doesn't look like a bulge, but I'll know more when I see it close up. This is a ABS, it's an ASA, but yeah. Same difference. Yeah, I would say there might be a little bit of ringing there, potentially. Especially as I kind of look around, change my angles, I'd say there's a little bit of ringing there. Hey, Brian. Where do you prefer the old Orca Slicer flow ratio calibration? Aside from the concentric lines, you mean? The concentric top infill? Or the noise, I haven't turned the sound deadening back on. The filters are still off. What's our chamber temperature? 52. 52. See what we can get it up to. Bedtime for printer, exactly. Is it? Oh, it's still bedtime for Oscar. Look at how smooth those walls look. It's perfect print. We need to upgrade to Pantheon's new frame design to reduce ringing. 80mm Z-rods. I don't have lights inside. Oh, that doesn't give me. What is that? Oh, it's seeing the reflection. Interesting. Not going up as fast as I figured it would. Let's take it off. I'd rather get good quality picture. I'll play with that later. .7 is what our, or 0.8 is what our chamber temp is up to. We'll just let this finish before we jump off. Might as well, right? We've only lost one of you. Yeah, it says 15 minutes left in the slicer. It's been going for 34 minutes. It would be a part for Tri-Bent. Yep. Oh, the holes in the spool. I wonder if it's worth. Let's do this. I just bumped it up to 150% speed. It's hitting 22.4 cubic millimeters per second. We'll be able to see if there's a print quality change at that point too. This is Overture Brown ASA. I'm going to let it go a few more layers and I'm going to bump it up to 200%. I have a roll of each of those, Brian. Both of the, not the PET G stuff, the PLA though. They just released a PET G. Okay, let's go 200 now. I saw a max of 24 cubic millimeters per second in the flow readout there. Will this show a... It shows a max of 169.5 cubic millimeters per second. Is that when it did the squiggly purge line? Because I know it's not during the regular print. Or there's a bug in the... Because see, we can look at this flow and it says a max of 169.5. So it's either the squiggly purge line or it's a bug. I'm not seeing any difference though since I increased the speed. Wonder if it'll do anything at 250. Oh, I saw 30 on the readout. Yeah, I'm thinking at some point it's going to cap out. Well, we did that last stream, Brian. We did a max volumetric speed test on this, and what did we hit? Like 50 or 60 or something? TMC Auto Tune installed. Did we install it on here? Yes. Did we enable it on here? Yes. TMC Auto Tune is installed and enabled. Oh, let me change that noise cancellation setting now. It's a good call. I just turned it back on. Did it make a difference? $5160s, Brian. You can't hear the printer at all now. Can't hear the zoom. You can only see it. So now, but that sound should still be playing in the background. You can imagine it now. I do need to try the like auto stepper sync stuff. I mean, we still have quite a few things we can try on this printer. Less than 5 minutes left. Average distro. What do you use for a screen on yours? I need a better screen mount. I've done some searching out there for what's what's around, but I don't like the screen mounts and I need to change the screen. Oh, it finished that part. What screen do I have? I have the Mellow 5-inch or 4.3 inch, but the touch stops responding after some time. Do you use the default screen mount? Brian, you updating your Trident to an R2 yet? Anything default isn't going to work well. This is what I don't like about this one. It's very, very loosey-goosey. I have the 7-inch screen that VZBot sent me. Or not VZBot, Mellow sent me. They sent me the 7-inch for this printer. It's not really anywhere to put it. I had to order some more Galaxy Blue. Got it. Under 2 minutes left. Yeah, the screen itself isn't the big deal. I've got all kinds of different screens. It's the mount spec for the printer. I can model something. It probably wouldn't be too bad to model something rigid. Yeah, any universal mount isn't going to be what I want, though. I'll just model something at some point when it bugs me enough. How piecewise have people been doing the R2 upgrades? You know, do just X, Y, and then Z later? You can do them separate. Zeta will get in touch with you about a mod he did to make that easier. Woohoo! Okay. Finished. Yeah, I get what you're saying there, Average Distro. You're just not quite what I want. It's okay. Pull down a bit. There's our R2 conversion using your index Z axis parts for Mad Max conversion. Nice. Exactly what they're meant for. What did we max out on the chamber? 53.6. Do I put wipers on my printers? Not most of them. Let's take care of that. Can I take care of that easily? Yeah, it's right here. There we go. No, that's just the stress. ABS, ASA get stress marks. Your LCD is on a swing arm. Let's see, can we get enough? It's really hard to see the... I mean, it's not a bad print. It's really not. Especially without that harsh overhead lighting. If you can see, there we go. Ah, there we go. That's harsh lighting, but you can see where the little bit of ringing, maybe PA, it might be PA. Maybe needs a little more. I'm really happy with it being the initial tuning. For sure. I think it's definitely squeezing it. I'm not hearing any cracks and layer line issues. Hey, Jared. You're hitting the end of a stream where we put a chamber thermistor on the VZBot. We used Yante's new Better Print Start Macro Wizard. And we're getting ready to print tri-bent parts. So it'll be in UPS brown and yellow. I can't tell where I cranked the speed up. I can't. I cranked the speed up right around here. Right about a centimeter down from the top. I can't tell anything that is different at that point. No sheen difference. Yeah. Tri-bent's finally gonna get rebuilt. Yep. It's really hard to tell. Get my... Yeah, it's super hard to tell. I think it's overall pretty good, and top surfaces look pretty good. Doesn't look like I'm over extruding to any degree. If anything, maybe under extruding. No, it'll still have bent frame. It's not really bent frame. The frame itself isn't bent. There's bent pieces like tabs. I should integrate the shipping label into like the deck panel or something. Do something like that. No, but this is good. This is a great progress on this printer. That's to be determined, Troy. To be determined. I don't know what we're going to do with it. I don't know. The original intent was to take it to Midwest Rep Rap Festival and give it away. But yeah, this is good. I'm very, very pleased. It definitely looks better in person than, I mean, they all do, right? You stare at your print as it's going and all that harsh lighting, especially if you have interior lights coming from above. These are the shipping barcode into the tech panel. Yeah, I don't know if it would draw much in a charity auction. It would draw something. But yeah, I'm happy with that. So we are going to do a little bit more work on this as I can. I probably won't print all of, or even any more of Tribent on this printer, just because that's a project that's coming up soon and I don't have time to do a full tune to get it going on here. But we will see. So with that, I think we've been at this for almost 4 hours for a Wednesday stream. That's a good while. So appreciate those of you that are still around. 95 people are still here. Oh, that's pretty awesome. So take care, everyone. If you're a member, hopefully I'll see you Saturday. Working on the Impreza again, and then we'll be back on finishing up the hardware build for the Vertigo. And yeah, we'll do a giveaway on Sunday. We'll do some Pex Peppers giveaway on Sunday. And hopefully some Polymaker filament. I'm sure they'll get it sorted out by then. So with that, have a good rest of your week and enjoy the build, folks. Bye.